that's not what I'm here either. I got acquainted with a guy who owns 5 acres of land in front of the food line there at the corner of Route 72 and Route 444. And I wanted to know what he planned to do to the land, because we were trying to think of, are we going to have a problem with something getting in there that we didn't really want. And since we both had been with Coal Banker Commercial back a number of years ago as brokers, it formed a bond, and we got to be very friendly. And he sent me the lease that he had with Food Lion and the restrictions that were on the property and so on. And he said, if you can get rid of this property some way, that would be great. And so one of the things that I really wanted, even though I'm now 89 years old, I still like to bowl. And there's no bowling anywhere in the area. And the closest is up in Oak Ridge or over in Maryville or in West Knoxville. So I said, boy, if I could get somebody to put a bowling alley there. So I worked for a year contacting all kinds of bowling alleys. And then didn't have any success. Then I have the bright idea that I knew that Stay in TV and some of these gentlemen here with me are involved with them. It's a volunteer organization that does things for seniors to help keep them in their homes once they get to the point where they need help. And they were desirous of finding a place to put an adult daycare, a place where people could come, get them out of the house, with things to do during the day under supervision, instead of just being cooped up in the household. And so we talked about that, the things we did, a couple of thousand square feet for that facility. And just so for some of these older people who are not real mobile, that could come and just hang out during the day. And then I got a call, incidentally, because my wife is a big bridge player, and this woman who used to run a bridge club in Denver before she moved to Loudon County, they really need a facility. The POA puts so much emphasis on the golf courses and some of the other things. They don't have any time for all these other activities. So we basically, they need a place where they could organize a bridge club that could encompass all the people in Loudon County, have a really nice club that can have tournaments and that type of thing. So then I decided, I talked Henry Cullen into going to Gatlinburg with me and looking at the community center they have there, where they have some bowling alleys, they have pool tables, they have meeting rooms, they have some other things that we don't really need, but it's a wonderful facility. And the nice thing about it is it serves not just one element of our community, but all elements. At 3 o'clock, while we happen to be there, all these school buses start pulling in, and they're unloading kids. It's a perfect place for kids from 3 till 6, or whenever the parents get home from work, that they have a place to shoot pool, bowl. They have video games, and they could have organized activities, which might involve the seniors who were hanging out there. So that was why I started pushing this. Well, I started trying to see what kind of a deal could be made. And the owner of the land came in and met with the Stay in TV people, and met with Henry, and met with I. And he finally said, well, I'll tell you what. He says, I'll talk to my partners. We would really like to get the tax write-off and get rid of the property. We're paying a lot of money, mowing it all the time, and paying taxes and so on. We'll go ahead and donate it. If we can do something, we'll donate it to the county, and then they can decide then whether they want to do something with it. And that's how it got to that point.
Maybe we can put a courthouse there.
not in the county seat.
We can private act it and move that one there.
I would say one more thing. It's an ideal location because you don't have to go through Tellico Village to get there. So it eliminates that. Tellico Village turned down any opportunities that they might have had with it. The POA board, they want to keep everything in the center of the village up there around the wellness center and the pickleball courts and everything. So they turned down any opportunity to do anything with it. And it's so convenient, it's within, I think, 15 minutes of most of the schools. When my son, in the community that I lived when I was young, my son at 8 years old was already bowling 175, 200. I mean, they had bowling classes for kids, bowling leagues. They could have leagues in the evening.
With the state of Tennessee, the PWSAA, in the last few years has, bowling is now an official high school sport. And most of the schools have bowling teams. So if you put in a bowling alley, I don't think you'd have any problem. I think I don't think Greenback has a bowling team.
And
I think
it'd be 25 minutes from Lenore City.
yeah, you'd probably get plenty of business from the schools.
Well, it serves the seniors, it serves the,
Well, that would
the
be
kids.
just that, like I said, most of the school, the golf courses there allow the school golf team to use the golf courses to practice and play the golf on, so just be another time.
It could be, and there are a lot of seniors who would love to do projects with them. Maybe teach kids woodworking in the afternoon. You come up with all kinds of ideas. So what we'd like is just, it's not the decision right tonight that we're asking.
No.
But what we'd like to do is have the county say, we'll take the land and then we'll decide what might be done with it.
Dick, here's the issue. I spoke to Brantley Tillman with you. So everybody knows, and we'll end this part of mine, I won't have any time later on, we'll get right on it. But he was contracted to build 7 food lines in the Knoxville area. He did Tellico Village. After that, Food Line canceled the contract. He's over in Raleigh, North Carolina, on the other side of North Carolina. And he said, Henry, I just donate the land to you. I spoke to Bob Bowman, and Bob Bowman says you can do that. The issue comes down, and we're very early in this whole process. We've got a lot of work to do, and Scott's in the back, the head of state in Tellico Village. Dave Hudgens was here, he might have fell asleep, he's still here? Okay?
Not when you're talking.
Okay. But anyway, I want to work on this a lot further with the people from Tellico Village. My goal would be to be self-sustaining if we could. I also have an interest in staying in Tellico Village because the fastest moving growing population is 65 years and older. And guess what? I passed that a while ago. The church on 72 is doing daycare for Alzheimer's patients. So the spouse, caregiver, get some time off. It would be an ideal location for that. So I wanted to make, my fellow commissioners and the mayor and everybody aware of it. I talked to Buddy. In the next few months, Scott, Dave, myself, Vic, we're going to be working on this to see if we can make this viable. I'm not going to accept the land to end up like the school on 321, where a few years it ends up on gov.deal with surplus property. If we're going to do it, we've got to have a plan to get it accomplished.
But the whole problem will be if we have to pay
Kelly's been
the
trying to say something for 20
POA
minutes.
fee. I thought she'd just stand up on
I
that.
know, 20
If
minutes.
we don't have to pay the POA fees, that's going
That,
to be.
that's an issue.
And Mr. Chairman, I would like to address something too, that every school, and I might say this wrong, Mr. Tinker, every school in the county has a lunch program after school where kids are there from 3 to 5:30 and they're involved in tutoring, there's music programs, there's art programs and everything to address some of those issues. So it would be probably very inconvenient for kids to go from Philadelphia and be dropped off us to drive those kids there, but the bus lines too.
You're not
One
gonna
thing
ask
I
us
will-
to do nothing at the next
No,
meeting.
I'm not
This
asking
is
about.
just a heads up.
I wanted Vic, Scott, Dave, Marty, and crew to come so that we can tell you what we're looking at, so you don't say, hey, what are you doing? I'm up front. I don't know where this is gonna go. I hope it comes to fruition. But the issue is, there's a lot of things to be worked out. And I think
And
we
somebody
should.
said that comment a few minutes ago, that this thing might be self-supporting. Well, at least it would be good to be self-supporting, because people pay to bowl, and anybody's going, they'll pay as much as they pay at any other bowling facility, so that would generate revenue. A bridge club, in every bridge club that I know of, and I have a daughter and a son-in-law who are professionals, they pay a pretty good fee to have their facility. They would pay rent, the members would pay a fee to belong to the club, and the bridge club would pay rent. KNTV, we could have some kind of a fundraiser to provide funds for their rent. And we would try to make it so that there's enough income coming in to cover the continuing maintenance. So thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
the opportunity.
Scott, Dave, Marty, thank you.
Chairman, I request a 10-minute bathroom break.
Bathroom break.
Okay, we'll give you a break.
2 hours, I think. That's good.
Next up will be Werner Dietrich. Am I wrecking your name?
Yeah, that's close.
Okay, well, I'm
Hold
pretty
that
close.
thought. We got you done, don't we, Henry?
I'm
You go home now.
I'm not going home. We still have a lot more to go.
I was raising what I did.
Oh, yeah. We're 2 hours.
Hey, Henry, we do her.
What happened? Was everybody there? It ain't.
We can do it over there at the rec center. That property behind, either some of it belongs to the county, and some of it belongs to the school. There's a big piece of acreage back there. Used to be.
If Henry wants to do it, Henry needs to hit his bankroll, pay for it, and charge people.
We don't want to get that.
I sent him out to a bunch of people that I don't know that fit into the family and back to watch her. But anyway, I watched him the whole night long. I have an idea. I would like to start going daycare, and I'm pretty sure I can make it self-sufficient. I bet I can get a friend to give me a program for free.
How long, is it in?
It starts, 9:30 is a good time to get there, and stay.
I have a meeting every one. And then you and Okay, perfect. And, so, I'll have to apply for that. It's expensive to bid all that. Yeah, that's perfect.
Alright, can I get everybody back?
Jerry has to stay out.
I look forward to talking to you.
LCUB is fixing to buy out or tell utilities not buy them to take over or tell utilities. It's a pretty big
I'm going out there on Thursday. I'll talk with this. That's huge. She's only 10 or 12 years. She knows a lot more than I do. She'll be good to contact too. And I'll take rid of this, give this to Bobby in the morning, make sure he has it, and then I will take it in the morning. Thanks a lot. You got plenty. Yeah.
I just want to get it out there.
You bet.
I didn't realize how you do it. There's only
Well, I'd rather than talk at the end. I'll kill two birds. Not this one. All right. Can I get everybody back together? All right, let's go. Commissioners? Okay. Werner, Dietrich?
Actually, it's Dirsch.
Okay.
But that's fine, that's
Dirsch.
doesn't matter, I'll keep this short. Mr. Mayor, members of the commission, you've already gone through this, so this is probably superfluous, but anyway, I'm here basically to support Larry and Teresa on their facilities. As you know, they have two facilities, very well attended by people within the village. And if we lose them, that hurts the county, hurts the village, hurts a lot of people. And right now, he's right, a lot of people are going not only other places, but outside the county, which hurts you guys as far as funds are concerned, and I know you've got needs of funds. So I just want to raise my voice on that as far as they're concerned, and I understand you've already taken them up, and hopefully that will be successful. So thank you.
Thank you. Scott left. Richard Steele, did I wreck your name?
Yes, you did.
I'm sorry, can you say your last name for me?
Steel, like a steel beam.
Got it.
I know it's very difficult.
No, it's not.
Of course, I'm one of those lineys that have an E on the end.
Steely.
Steel. Yes, my name is Richard Steele, and I'm another one of those people at the old age farm called Pelico.
Heaven's doorstep.
Pardon?
Heaven's doorstep.
I'm here tonight because of the fact that I was very pleased that you people appointed me to the Loudon County Public Records Commission. And I'm very glad that you did that. It seems to be right up my alley, because I've been doing record management for a good number of years, not here in Loudon, but in my former residence up north. I work very closely with the Oakland County Commission there, and so I appreciate it. The reason why I'm here is that in addition to thanking you, I have a problem. I've been appointed to a committee, a constitutional committee, under the state law. I think that's fine. There was a meeting that was scheduled for the 22nd of July. I was informed of that meeting, and I went onto the website and I got all of the documents appertaining to the committee. And I think whoever sent them, that's great. They indicated that there was going to be a 4 o'clock meeting on the 22nd of July. Yours truly went to that meeting. He was there at 4 o'clock. It had been canceled 1 hour before that meeting, and I was not informed. Now, we see here that there are 4 sectors of unity, 3 sections of government: legislative, executive, and the court has already walked out. To me, one of the most crucial elements is the 4th, and that's the people. Just remember, gentlemen and ladies, we pay your salary. We pay your taxes. Without us, your seats would be empty. You would not be here. Now, how do you think those of us who volunteer, we don't get paid anything. We come to meetings that are canceled. What do you expect from volunteer labor? What do you expect? I have better things to do than to come to this building. And somebody say, oh, it's been canceled. What would you do if you went somewhere? And they said, geez, it was canceled an hour ago. Now that's not good government. You know that, and I know that, and you got your hand up, so I'll call on you.
Mr. Ed.
Your hand.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
He's on the committee with you.
So Christy Wampler, who was spearheading and organizing that, had a health issue that came up the 21st morning.
Well, you want me to give you a good answer for that? Why didn't that person send me an email?
I did. I responded.
I did not receive an email.
r.a.still@gbcglobal.net.
That's right.
You're on the email.
And I got a telephone. And I received nothing.
Well, I'm sorry for any miscommunication. Mr. Tinker and I will be working on a date this evening and be sending out another email. Watch your phone number and I'll give you a call tomorrow.
Well, you've got it, 248
Hold on now.
420 8321.
Okay.
I do have a question. Is the speaker on and you can't hear me?
We can hear you fine.
Good, because after 35 years of teaching government, I'm used to speaking loud. You got the telephone number?
Yes, sir.
And I await your email or your phone call.
Again, you were on the email Sunday morning at.
Well, by God, I don't have it.
I don't know what to tell you.
I don't either. You're the sender. I'm the receiver.
Sometimes those things get sidetracked.
I'm sure they do.
In the junk.
But the very next day, I went to the county mayor's office to get an explanation. And what did I get? Oh, he'll get back to you. Fine. I'm waiting for the answer. I didn't get an answer. Now, I realize that I haven't been down here 15, 20 years. I'm one of those northern folks that came down to keep out of the snow and the ice.
Who did you speak with in my office?
Pardon?
Who did you speak with?
I spoke to your secretary in person, face to face. She even took down my name and my telephone number and my email address.
Well, there's no doubt that's probably on me. She is great about it. I've misplaced it.
I appreciate that, and I'm not holding anything against you. But what I'm asking for is communication, because quite frankly, you've got a false commission. You've established a commission without portfolio, and it will not have a portfolio until it meets. And that would be kind of devastating if the state government was informed of that. I realize you have fantastic history within the state of Tennessee. I have been reading all of the material dealing with public records. Now, my main objective is to get assurances that all the public records are in order. We had records that were destroyed by the fire. I have yet to be given any information as to where that information is.
I don't know if we had any destroyed. They were, those are another ones that they're not, the insurance is saying don't get around till without the respirator due to the black mold.
Well, it's my understanding that you have records back to 1970 that have been digitized.
Yes.
Now, where are the others?
The others is in.
The non-digitized ones.
As far as I know, they are in storage.
They're in storage.
We have digitized way before 1970. And I'll be honest with you.
I beg your pardon, I said prior to
Look here,
1970.
I beg your pardon. You scolded us for something we had nothing to do with. I'm not on your committee. I knew nothing about your meeting. If you have this issue, you should take it up with the mayor or take it up with your committee members and that sort of stuff. We didn't know a thing about your meeting. We're doing good government the best we know how to.
Well, you know, sir, I'm informing you. I'm a citizen informing you, and you're the legislature, and you have a certain responsibility.
Not to this, I don't.
I beg your pardon.
Beg all night. Come on, Mr. Chairman, we gotta move.
I'm sure you do. You know, I've seen a video of the last meeting of this commission. It went on YouTube. Interesting. People telephoning, people just stood around talking to each other. I watched the people up here. I watched them up here talking. And what were you people doing? I'll tell you, you've got a lot to learn.
Sir, I apologize that we didn't notify you of the meeting, or we did and it didn't go through. We will correct that.
Thank you. I'm here purposely to help you in the area of expertise that I have. Not to listen to some councilman trying to agitate. I'm not here to agitate. I'm here to inform and give some solutions, not to listen to you.
I'll be in touch tomorrow, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I
We
appreciate it.
apologize, accept it. Sarah Bivens.
She had to vote.
Okay, Donna Akey, last up.
Pat has a question.
Go ahead.
I'd like to speak.
You gonna take Sarah's place, Billy Briar?
Well, I already called Donna,
That's
we'll,
fine.
you'll finish it up.
That's fine. Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't speak when Larry was here from Little Italy, but I do want to point out some things that this gentleman did not point out. I have been to every beer board meeting since, I believe, 2000. When you go to get a permit at the clerk of court, Wiley was the first one I had seen. They give you a sheet of paper and highlighted on this is the three things that reasons why you cannot get a beer permit. Church, school, cemetery. If anyone doubt this, get an old copy since, what they say, anyway, after 2000. Now, if this, what has been added, because this person that I had get a survey, he had added library, which had never been added before. I'd like to see then why that would make such a difference when, since I have gone with everyone, and this means 9 beer permits has been given without the library being mentioned. All right, the library was in my building for many years, which was across the hall from where I had the Plaza Restaurant for 13 years. But that didn't stop them from giving us a beer permit. I also have another tenant, Thai Bistro, in the building in the front. A beer permit was issued April the 6th, 17. Library is there. Why would 9 be given, is what I'm asking you people. But the beer board has made such an issue of this. And frankly, I wish all of you had been at the beer board meeting. We would have never been treated as shabbily as we were with disrespect. This gentleman said something about, what can we do to have more money? You people realize what you're losing with tax revenue from this business and the other businesses we're contributing to the county. Isn't that taken into consideration since we've been there 20 years? Another thing that really is a slap, I feel, in the face, when Don Miller was commissioner, came to me and said, Mrs. Akey, would you give us some extra land so we can widen Irene Lane, so we can build a library? I gave it to him. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Donna. Pat Hunter, your last up. You're fat and clean.
I'm going to be real brief because of my voice. With regards to what Mr. Steele said, I think what I'm disappointed about, and I'm going to thank the mayor for running the ad, but he did. He ran the ad for the commission, and we were supposed to have a meeting. I did receive the email. It was on the weekend, and it was canceled. And I feel personally that it was canceled incorrectly, because 2 or more members of a commission that makes recommendations, in my opinion, should not be canceling the meeting anywhere but in a public meeting. The mayor created, he was good enough to appoint this committee. And I've been here through several administrations, and none of the other county mayors did that. So I have to give Mayor Buddy credit where credit deserves. It wasn't done with Mayor Arp. He started to, but then he withdrew that. Mayor Herron didn't do it, but Mayor Buddy did. So I appreciate that. And I feel that if we were going to have one person that was absent, my suggestion was that we meet anyway, if nothing else, to discuss the schedule. Because I think it's important to have a public meeting where we discuss the schedule, set the calendar, so everyone knows in a public setting, not in a private email. Everything that I've ever learned from open government and the Office of Open Records, they would consider that, and I haven't written to them, they would consider that a violation of the Open Meetings Act. Mr. Waller is new to County Commission, so I'm going to cut him some slack. But
Oh, how you get on that?
Don't do that. Don't.
No, I'm going to cut you some slack.
You never cut me no slack.
You don't deserve it.
No, I'm going to.
Pat, I canceled it because Christy was gonna be the secretary. I didn't realize she was gonna be out this long, and I apologize for canceling it.
But I understand why Mr. Steele was upset.
I do too. It was on 3 emails that I just looked at that it was canceled.
But
Why he
thank-
didn't get them, I don't know, because He got the email saying it was started, or sent, so I don't know why he didn't get one say it was
Okay,
canceled.
even if we set that aside, I came down to the meeting because I was concerned about the public not getting a cancellation notice ahead of time. The public is always forgotten. Now, the notice was still on the window, as it should have been, because the mayor wasn't told until lunchtime. But the notice was there, we had the public here. No one thought about the public, but Mr. Steele and I came, and we apologized. We still went ahead and had the meeting. We couldn't make any decisions because we didn't have a quorum. And again, I'm going to thank Mayor Buddy for running the notice and trying to do the right thing. But on the other hand, I can also understand, Mr. Steele, according to our rules and procedures, your county commission rules and procedures, the person that appoints the committee, such as Mayor Bradshaw, he can name the chair if he so wishes. But anyway, like I said, I can understand Mr. Steele being very upset about this. We had members of the public that were here, and the only thing that I can say is that when we do have a meeting, that we have it at 6 o'clock when the public can attend most meetings that are usually held. So.
Pat, had you all already established that Christie was gonna be the secretary? Had you met?
No, we
No, we had not, no, we had not.
And that's the other thing.
So it was the first meeting, basically, right?
I was looking at all the members of the committee at the first meeting. So, I mean, I talked to other committee members, and that's why we delayed. I apologize.
Can't make a decision behind closed doors, Mr. Waller.
Okay.
That we're about open government, and we're about public, and we have to think about the public always. So anyway, those are my concerns. I don't want to chastise anyone, I just want to share with you my concerns about what happened. Thank you.
Pat, thank you. That concludes the public comments.
And it's just 25 to 9.
I know.
And with 10 more items on the agenda. I told you, Nash. I told you.
Anyway, those that are in the general public, as we move through this, if you